A train reactor spitting fire. The NFT analyzer, diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From your meme coins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 is a tree to show you where.
Yo, good morning, guys. Dude, today's taking complete 180 on what we were going to talk about today. And China, good morning. Andy, GM, sir, Mike. Dude, check it out. I don't know if you guys saw this article. I'm going to mention what we're talking about today. I want to do a quick macro look at the markets here, crypto and NFTs. But then we're getting to NFTs, man. We're getting to this report that came out from NFT Evening. I think this report's a few days old, by the way. I think I saw this, maybe last week even. But it's making the rounds today. People finally caught on. It got retweeted by a couple bigger accounts here. It ain't good. We'll get into it. I got some thoughts. I got some comments about it. And ultimately, guys, it's a report about the profitability of NFT collections. Pudgy Penguins were called out as the least profitable NFT collection ever. I think they got bad data. I think they used incorrect data. They didn't double check it. They didn't know data. That's my guess here, guys. But I want to look at at top collections. Who is the most profitable? I spot checked all over CryptoSlam. I've got some ideas about who it is. Kind of fun just to dig into that. While in general, kind of slow out there. So I think it's a good topic to dive into today. So we're going to get into that. Let's look at the macro crypto market real quick here. Stock market still absolutely disgusting today. Department of Justice subpoenaing NVIDIA. Ripple effects from that seen, again, across the stock market, but across crypto now, too. I don't know. I don't think we have a catalyst here. And in fact, I'm worried about Thursday, Friday job numbers coming in here in the States, guys. We're still waiting for that 800,000 job revision. Remember, they're going to lower the jobs by about 800,000. They were reporting incorrectly here. Is that going to be a jolt? Is that going to hurt us even more right now? And it might. It really might. So I'm prepared for that. I don't think anybody's factoring that in at all. At all. Like, that's not a priced in kind of story. So maybe that story doesn't matter. Maybe I'm reading into it too much, but I don't know, man. We see the jobs revised by about 1 million and revised down. I think it's going to spook some people. So that's my thoughts there. Dude, Cyrus is a gangster of a trader. Oh, wait, Citrus. I read that wrong. Cyrus is a good trader. If you know Cyrus, he's a really good trader. Anyway, you see crypto here. Bitcoin 56K, ETH 2,400. Oh, finally back over 2,400. Solana 128. Yikes, man. And then still okay. Some of our guys are out at the Korea Blockchain Week, so I think we're a little slower getting to clean up. What you're looking at here, I mentioned this morning, we got to clean up some of these collections, right? They're real. These are on-chain sales, but that said, it's money laundering or wash trading. The baby apes, wishing duck. We see a lot of that on Polygons. Not Polygon's fault, by the way, but people use the cheap transaction fees as a way to move money around. So we do clean that up, right? We want to see legit sales. We want to try to get a real value for this market. People who are writing reports, like NFT Evening, they're looking for the real value, not fake stuff. So it's why we do clean it up. That said, guys, we still show everything. We just take it off the leaderboard here. So just a heads up about that. So that said, Baby Ape's not your top collection. It's not. It's listed there, but it's not. Token lockup, I'm not sure. I think it's a DeFi type platform, maybe staking. And sometimes those show on chain. It looks like a sale. When in reality, it may not be. So I'm not sure about this guy. And same with Wishing Duck. Again, I don't want to focus on this too long. I want to get to the more real stuff, like Egg, which is still cooking, 250,000 in sales in the past 24 hours. We looked at floor prices earlier down to about 0.2 ETH. I actually want to peek real quick. Choina brought some good info that this is maybe part of a Telegram game, like one of those, tapping kind of games, which is awesome. I like it. 0.23, 0.22. Yeah, I mean, not bad, man. I like CryptoKitties. I don't own any CryptoKitties. I would love to get in. Not that they're not cheap. Not that a CryptoKitty isn't cheap, but I'd love to get in with something new. I'm really excited seeing that. And you guys know I'm saying NFTs are back. It's largely because of something like that. Great seeing Courtyard here. They would be in the top 10 if it weren't for these few other collections. So I'm going to give them their flowers here for being a top 10 collection, assuming they got new packs for sale. Anybody unaware, they sell packs of actually physical cards, right? The packs you get, you're cracking them open, you're getting an NFT, but that NFT represents a physical card that's in a Brinks vault. Bricks vault? Bricks vault. I think it's brick, whatever. A vaulted physical, and there's some cool shit in there. So love seeing this. Again, I think they must have had a new pack sale here. I kind of want to peek here. By the way, if you're tuning in for the first time, I see you guys chatting. You're the good old faithful community. But if you are new, this is the show. You get a casual look at all this stuff. You're not getting any phony packaged bullshit here. And I'm only saying that because I put it out there that we're diving into the profits today. People are interested in that story right now because, again, it's making the rounds. So just a heads up here. You know what? Hell with it. I'm not going to go to Courtyard. I don't feel like digging. I don't care that much. But I do think they have a pack sale. Something's going on there. And I love to see it, guys. Maybe we'll look at top sales. No, I'm good there. I'm good just spot checking the collection rankings. It's slow out there, man. It's conference time. It's quiet. It's just quiet out there. On X. So, yeah, I'm good moving on from kind of macro market. Heads up the CyberKongs. Shoot, I thought I was wearing a Kongs hoodie. No, but CyberKongs do have some physical merch going on sale. Coming up, actually, I think probably within the next 30, 45 minutes here. New black vest, guys. This is not Adidas. This is not 90cc. This is I don't even know what brand they're going with. I don't know who's making these, but dude, I love the vest. I love it. I may try to grab this too. I did get a hoodie. I did get the 90cc hoodie. And did these actually sell out? Interesting. It doesn't look like they're on sale anymore. Anyway, hope you guys got it. The hoodie's freaking incredible. I'll be rocking. Dude, I probably won't even wash mine. I'm just going to wear it every damn day here. I dig it. Okay, let's do it. Let's get into profits. Andy, you're a sweet man. I love your face, bro. I love your face. All right, here's the news. Here's it, and we can probably spend the whole freaking hour on this. I mean, it's a big deal. I don't know if people slow down and really think about, like the real value of NFTs. It's so easy to get caught up in very surface level stuff, maybe market cap, maybe floor prices, and not really stop and think about what they're actually worth. And that's a tricky thing. I don't even know how you define it because you're at the mercy kind of floor prices, but also like trends, volume, right? I mean, floor price does not equal something you're going to be able to sell for that price if nobody's buying. And I got to find these guys' formula for how they calculated this loss in value. I'm talking NFT evening here. How do they factor that? Because I can't even fathom how you're measuring maybe the type of losses unless you're actually looking at sales. If you're looking at sales and you're measuring profits and losses on each sale, well, then I get it. And then I'm back to saying I think their data's wrong. So yeah, let's dive into it. This story, again, getting traction after Woo Blockchain retweeted the NFT evening report. Here it is, 2024 NFT report. Are NFTs dead? I'll tell you this, man. They're pretty freaking dead. I think they're back, by the way, but NFTs are pretty freaking dead, and we got a long way to go before they're back, in my opinion. I'll show you afterwards, too, my are we back indicators. But I do think we're kind of back. I do. Let's see. Okay, well, the market for non-fungible tokens is experienced at both I don't care about that. Hang on. Here we go. Our comprehensive analysis of over 5,000 NFT collections and 5 million NFT transactions, we explore the current state of NFTs, focus on profitability of NFT holders. I need to understand that, by the way. The profitability of NFT holders, the performance of various NFT collections, the overall longevity of NFTs. You're going to see as we go through this, there's not a lot of meat here. There's a lot of statements, and there's no meat to it. There's no formulas. We don't have any insights at how they arrived at these numbers. And some of the numbers I actually agree with. 96% of NFTs are dead. Yeah, I think that's obvious. While I do this, I'm going to actually compare to some tools we have on CryptoSlam to actually measure this. When you want to talk about NFT, 96% of NFTs being dead, You know what? Maybe not the perfect analogy here. I'm going to switch to the Crypto Slam Index at points during this. This, by the way, is measuring. Actually, it's interesting. It's that 96%. This is measuring the value of the top 500 cross-chain collections. Top 500 collections are down 96% in value. That is USD value. That does factor in volume as well. But that's not what they're saying. They're saying they're looking at total supply of NFTs, like total collections. 96% of NFTs are dead. So they're measuring something different. They're not measuring value per se. They're measuring basically number of collections and how many of those are not active anymore or they're worthless at this point. So, yeah, maybe it's not perfect to compare those two. Not perfect. Anyway, over 4 of 10 NFT holders are currently unprofitable. This is what I'm just itching to get into. How? By what metric? By what metric? Are we doing potentials here? Right? Are we looking at people's holdings and the price they bought at compared to floor prices right now? That could be it. And if so, I think I like that metric, and I think I would agree with that for the most part too. That's where the Crypto Slam Index comes into play, because most NFTs value is down. Again, if you're going by USD value of it, that's where the index comes in handy. You bought something 30 days ago, and again, the top 500 collections are a proxy for the broader market. You bought something 30 days ago, you're probably down about 5%. Means you're not profitable right now. That applies to any time frame we're going to click on here, by the way, guys, having looked at it today. Past 24 hours, you're down. Past 7 days, you're down. Past 30 days, you're down. Past 60 days, you're down. This goes back to any time period you want to look at, guys. Year to date, you're down 50%. And again, you see some numbers over on that report that say down, 45% or so? Again, these numbers seem similar. I think they're measuring different things, but down 50%. And then we saw Max. This starts at 2022, peak of the market. It's a great place to measure from because we need to see how high things can go. That was the peak. Will we ever get back there? Man, I hope so. Man, I freaking hope so. But to say 4 out of every 10 NFT holders are currently unprofitable, it would make sense given that basically across the board, NFT's value is down. There are some exceptions. There's not a lot. So I'm okay with that number. I would just like to see how they're measuring that. Average lifespan of an NFT is 1.14 years. I'm not sure about that one either. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. They're going by, I think, with that Twitter activity and probably volume on secondary markets. There's probably something there. I don't know that that's a crazy number either. I just don't know. That kind of feels too long. If we're talking about, guys, there are hundreds of thousands of NFT collections. Hundreds of thousands. If not more, millions. We can look at supply. We've got supply numbers. In fact, it's worth checking. How many NFTs, guys? I wonder if you realize how many NFTs have been minted, are out there. 627 million. Right? That's a lot of NFTs. Average lifespan is coming out to about 1 year, a little over a year. It feels a lot shorter than that if you start factoring in all those collections. Again, are they looking at the top 5,000 collections? I think they probably are. I don't know if that's a good proxy for the market either. I'm not sure. Because at that rate, if we're talking about the average lifespan for an NFT, I do think you got to factor in all the scammy shit and all the pump and dump stuff. I would guess lifespan is a week, just as an average. I don't know. I got to see the formula. 2023 saw the highest number of dead NFTs, with nearly 1/3 of them dying that year. Again, I think it would be much higher than that. 1/3 of them dying in a year. I need to see how they measure that, what qualifies as dying, but I would assume it's 90%. So, like throwing out random ass numbers too here, but I would assume it's 90%, maybe 75% of NFT collections dead. Dead. I look at my wallet. It's all dead. In fact, try to think of anything that launched in 2023. What launched in 2023 that's in mind, that's around and actually doing something? I don't think anything. On average, NFT holders are experiencing a 44.5% loss. That one, I guess like the rest, I would love to see where that comes from, because that's the one we can directly relate to the Crypto Slam Index. And we do see down 50% on the year. I don't know if they're talking year to date, though. I don't know. Again, Man. Oh, it is 2024. Okay. All right. That actually helps a lot. So it is here. I'm assuming this is about 2024. So yeah, 44.5% loss on the year. It's so close to what we're at here. I'm with it. I think that number actually makes a lot of sense. Hang on, Vrew. What do you got here? Lucky coin. Oh, God, another, huh? Yeah, Vrew's found another token. We've been talking about, obviously, some shitters lately. Bell's coin. It's a meme coin that came out before Doge. Pretty interesting story. Kind of interesting story. Well, now all of a sudden it sounds like there's a token called Lucky Coin. Yeah. I'm not going to be shocked if more is uncovered, right? I mean, I think there's all kinds of experimenting that happened back then. It's cool stuff, but I'm not even touching Bells, and I do think it's decent. All right, we're getting to a little more of their methodology here. Okay, what we did: we examined 5,000 NFT collections, collected 5 million transactions from NFT Scan. I'm going to preface this: data is really hard to do. It is really hard to gather. It's really hard to sort. Using CryptoSlam on a daily, hourly basis, and I have to use other sites. I have to compare. I'm always checking. I trust our data a lot at CryptoSlam. I trust our data a lot. I'll put it that way. I'm not knocking anybody else. I'm just saying data is really hard to do. It's really hard to collect. It's hard to categorize. It's hard to maintain. It's hard to keep those data links active as far as where you're getting your data from. I'm not going to be shocked here at all if we maybe learn they pulled in some data that maybe wasn't correct. And you'll get that anywhere. But the point is, I just don't know if NFT Evening did any due diligence if they vetted any of what they got. Again, or their formula was wrong. So anyway, 5,000 collections, 5 million transactions. That was the sample size, I guess you could say. We determined whether they were dead based on the following 3 criteria. No trading volume, low 7-day sales. I wonder what that is, low. No activity on Twitter. I can't imagine, dude. I can't imagine that only a third of the NFT collections from 2023. I can't imagine that only a third of them died. That makes no sense. No trading volume. What? Low 7-day sales. How do you have 0 trading volume but low 7-day sales? Okay, whatever. And no activity on Twitter. Dude, it's more than a third. 66% of collections from 2023 did not carry over here. Lemon, yeah, let's start back, guys. Hang on. We're going to start from the top.
I'll train Reactor spin fire. The NFT analyzer.
All right, guys, welcome to Chain Reactor. Now that Lemon's here, we actually get to start. No, good to see you, buddy. Welcome. Dude, now I need some tunes. Hang on. Let's get in this. All right, there we go. Some proper analyzer music. Here we go. Okay. I don't buy it. I don't buy it that a third of projects from 2023 died. No, man. 90%. I'm going to just throw a random ass number out there. Oh, good call, Lemon. Okay, now we're zinning up. Dude, you need to be my producer, man. Thank you, sir. Dude, a third of projects from 2023 didn't die. 90% of them died. I don't even need to go do any research to know that. You fuckers. Okay. To assess NFT profitability, we computed the profit and loss for each holder by analyzing their transactions over a 5-year period. Okay, you get holder's wallet, you get... Hang on a second. You're analyzing a holder's transactions over a 5-year period. I'm thinking through this, like, just on the spot. Why aren't you just taking the individual NFT, the individual token, and measuring its that specific NFT's sales, and then sold at profit, sold at loss? I'm trying to think of them wording this way means they did it any different than that. We computed the profit and loss for each holder by analyzing their transactions over a 5-year period. I've got to know what they mean. Recent findings indicate a sobering reality for many NFT investors. Over 4 out of 10 NFT holders are currently unprofitable. I think that's probably unrealized, by the way. I have a feeling it means that. I have a feeling it means unrealized, as in you bought an NFT. It's got to mean that. Hang on. It's got to mean that. Yeah. That's what we were talking about here. You bought an NFT at any date this year, and you're almost definitely down. Again, this is the top 500, but it is a proxy for the rest of the market. So yeah. I'm with you. Although I don't think 40%. Okay, not 40% are at a loss, but 40% loss on their investments. Yeah, no, exactly. That's exactly what the index is showing. This stark statistic highlights the risks associated with NFT investments and the market's unpredictable dynamics. Yep. Yeah. This, you gotta tell us how you get to this. When analyzing individual NFT collections, the disparity in profitability becomes apparent. The Azuki collection stands out as the most profitable, with holders seeing over 2.3 times the profit on their investment. Did Azuki 2x? They probably did 2x this year. They probably did. Because Azuki got to... How low did Azuki get? Hang on. We don't do floor prices at CryptoSlam. We do average sale price USD. But I do want to see floor price here for Azuki. I would assume Azuki 2x'd. That would make sense to me. Let's go 30-day. Now, this is going to be tricky because Magic Eden, their analytics only go back to when the marketplace launched. So you don't even get a full year, my understanding. I don't think you even get a full year. But hang on. Azuki was over 4 ETH in March. Dude, where are they getting their numbers from? We'll go to OpenSea for this. Hang on. OpenSea is going to show us. OpenSea is going to show us floor prices. Anybody know, top of your head, what was Azuki at beginning of this year? I would assume they're up 2x, but I'm starting to question everything at this point. Dude, if Azuki's incorrect too, come on, you know? Okay, floor price. Dude, we can't even go back all time here? I could go to flooring.io. I could go, you know what? I like WGMI. Do you guys use WGMI? I like them. I'm going to use that. I'm going to log in there real quick. To be totally honest, I like floor prices. It helps. I do want to see floor prices. Okay, hang on. I'm going to spin up a new wallet real quick to connect here. I'm super cautious now with connecting anywhere. Like I should have been forever. Remember, I got Rekt. I got a Pudgy Penguin stolen. Little Pudgy stolen this year. Not a Pudgy. Okay. All right, let's refresh this. We're going to peek at Azuki floor prices this year. I do think that we probably got to look at USD value as well, but I think they measure that here. All right, Azuki. Floor price. Okay, we're talking 2024. Dude, come on. Hang on. I got to go look at what they were measuring again, because beginning of this year, Azuki were at a 6 ETH floor. Okay, the most and least profitable collection. When analyzing collections, Azuki stands out as the most profitable, with holders seeing over 2.3 times the profit on their investment. Okay, so maybe it doesn't go by year. It's literally whenever you bought it, whenever you sold it. Doesn't matter the year. That could be the case. That really, really could be the case that traders are up 2x. That could be the case. And we're going to look at that. That's where we check CryptoSlam because we do see profit loss. We see it on trades, and then we see it as a whole for the collection. This, I cannot think of a scenario where this makes sense. Pudgy Penguins down 97%. That means you lost almost all your value. That means almost every trade you go to zero. Dude, I'm going to go back to an earlier comment here. I'm going to go back to something I tweeted just before we went live here. And we'll go to Whale's tweet. I like Whale a ton, man. I would love to get him on the show sometime. Whale, if you're watching, I am sure you ain't watching, man. But if you're watching, dude, I would love to get you on this show. Talk this. Okay. Okay, tweeting it out. This is why I tweeted, very specifically why I tweeted. That Art Chick called the site a scam. I love Art Chick, by the way. I don't think NFT Evening is a scam. I want to make that really clear. I don't think they're a scam at all. And I don't know your guys' experience with them, but I know somebody who is, I think, close and actually IRL friends with the founder. I've met him before on a call. We're chatting Explore like opportunities a couple years back, like in the peak of the stuff. Nice guy, like good guy. Now, I did not get scammer vibes, and he's doxxed. And I very much think, actually, shit, guys, he's in our idiots Discord, right? He's in our Discord. I'm pretty sure it's him. If not, there is somebody from NFT Evening that's in our server. Point there, I don't think they're a scam. And while part of me doesn't care what anybody's saying about them, I want to defend people that I absolutely saw working. These guys worked. When the market was cooking. These guys worked. That said, things change there. I don't know if they have any staff anymore. I think they've got articles that are AI generated. They might have one person that works here, like the founder, right? They don't keep their calendar updated anymore. I don't think their newsletter goes out daily like it used to. They used to have a great newsletter. They don't have these articles that come out all day long. They're not a scam, though. I don't believe they're a scam at all. So that's why I tweeted. But the other point I was making here is, as somebody who is not a data guy, I'm not, more now than ever, by the way, but especially when I started at CryptoSlam, I'm a degen, I'm a collector, I'm a trader, I'm a collectibles guy. I'm a techie person, right? Came from a professional IT background. But I learned as I started writing about NFTs and having to look at data and include that in my reports, my articles, and these have been everywhere, guys. I had an article that was passed around inside the Federal Reserve, right? I did an article about wash trading. I learned how sometimes the way I look at data and I interpret it is not what the data is actually showing. And I think you only learn that from experience, from actually having to try to use it. And then writing something and then having to actually stop and reread. You got to proofread your shit. And you got to ask yourself certain parts. You're like, especially when something comes out that's maybe shocking, you're like, does that make sense? And I've definitely had moments where I've written something, gone back, and I'm like, wait a second. I know the numbers are showing this, but that doesn't make sense. That number, it turns out, doesn't reflect the thing I'm talking about. It does measure something else, but different context. I think that's what happened here, right? I think they either got bad data or they're measuring a certain thing that you can't use to then measure profits. That's what I think happened here. Maybe somebody who's not a data guy, somebody who does know NFTs, like people say, and these are people who don't understand NFTs. I think they do. I think they are degens. I think they understand NFTs well, but not data guys, and is not understanding what the data they got was actually measuring. That's what I'm assuming happened here. And again, from experience, because I've done that. I've done it. So I'll defend him. At the same time, you have to highlight when something is incorrect, and this seems like it's incorrect. Dude, that's in. I'm getting a little stimmy here. Okay, where were we? Okay, back to Pudgy Penguins. 97% loss means I think it's a crazy number. I think it's a crazy number. Okay, let's get to the wrap up. Then we're going to go peek at these collections and see how they really measure. How they really measure. Yeah, I can't make the 97% make sense. I would love if they came out and said what that data actually was and defend it. I'm happy to be wrong. It just doesn't make sense. 96% of NFTs are dead. The trend peak in 2023 when 30%, of NFTs were dead. The following table outlines the yearly percentage of dead NFTs. Again, I think they're measuring wrong. Remember, their criteria here: no trading volume, low 7-day sales. I don't get this. If there's no trading volume, how are there any sales? Am I right? Am I thinking about this right? If there's no trading volume, how do you have any sales in 7 days? And then no activity on Twitter. There's no way. There's no way in a year period, even in 21, maybe 21 was different, but 22 and 23, and this year too, man, there's no way that number's not closer to 75%, 80%. It's just, that's not how NFTs work. My experience, at least. And that's it. That's the report. No actual insights into their methodology here. No insights into what numbers they actually were using to measure those profits and losses. None. Also, I don't think telling us if they were measuring wash sales. Because keep in mind, wash sales often are at a loss. And I don't think those should be counted because that's not the real value. That's not real collectors or traders there. That's farmers who are earning value a different way. You might lose, I'm going to throw out a random number. You might take a 20% loss, but you take that 20% loss if you think you're going to make that same amount or actually make more in a platform reward like Blur. So I think that's a little, again, deceptive and I don't think intentional, but I don't think it's a good way to present this. I don't think it's accurate. All right, so I think what we do now is let's actually look at profits. Let's get right down to it, right? Let's look at profits. I'm going to switch to the all-time view because I want to measure Pudgies against the top collections out there. Because really, it's the top collections that are being traded right now. That's what I'm guessing. Throw out any projects you guys want to look at specifically. Like look at the profits, losses in a collection. Just want to make sure I get Pudgies in there. And we'll start with Pudgies. Definitely got to get Pudgies in there. Definitely got to get a Zuki in there. Did we get a Zuki? We just opened just to make sure. I'll tell you this, just going by gut. Azuki probably much more profitable than Pudgies. I would assume that's the case. Right? Pudgy's got the benefit of, man, that massive floor price. What'd they get to? 30 ETH or so? Yeah, about 30 ETH in that ballpark is how high they got. What'd Pudgy's get to? What was their peak? Keep in mind, Pudgies are at an all-time high basically right now. They are. They're basically there. Well, I'll say close. They did get up to almost 20. Pudgies didn't have the benefit of getting traded at those astronomical prices years ago, right? 21, 22. They didn't get that. So when you see Pudgy's profits, actual profits in that collection, it's actually pretty damn impressive that a lot of that's actually happened this year. That's actually, that's almost unheard of in NFTs. So it is pretty wild. Pudgy Penguins. All right, here we go. Guys, starting with the activity tab, which is a live feed. This is live data, guys. And this is something you're not getting anywhere else. Live data here. And on these trades, we do calculate profits here and losses. Pudgy just sold. That was at a loss. Dude, it's fun just scrolling through and looking at the trades that they come in and actually seeing for yourself who's actually winning, who's actually losing. So that's one avenue you can go to actually look at profits here. I also like going to top sales because same thing there. You can put that any period you want, by the way, 24, 7 days, 30 days, all time. Let's do on the week here, just as a starting point. And same thing, profits, losses. Okay, gonna be honest, just because I'm not one of the back end, devs. I don't know why some of them do not show the profit losses, unless actually that might make sense if this was never traded, right? If it was minted and sold for the first time, if that first purchase wasn't on chain, it's got nothing to measure this against. And that might be the case here. Let's see. Actually, no. I would assume we would have this one here. Yeah, I don't know why not, and I would like to ask. I'd like to find that out. Yeah, this one's traded a few times, actually. And in fact, just skimming this, let's actually see if there's profits, losses along the way. Profit. 0.04. Big profit. Big profit. Big loss. Little loss. There's some big profits there, too. All right, just wanted to spot check that. But again, looking at top sales in any of these periods and looking at those profits, it's a lot of profits in that collection. But I want to go to all time and look at the top sales in Pudgy Penguins. Again, I'm going to do this for Azuki, and we're going to look at the collection level. It's just easier to view that. Dude, look at this. A 75 ETH profit on this guy right here. $80 ETH profit. Am I looking at this right? Dude, yes. Sure am. Dude, big time profits here. Now, that doesn't mean everybody else is winning, obviously, but I do like to point out some of the big gains people have seen. But here's where we get right to it. It's the advanced tab. Go to all time. Do whatever time frame you want here too, by the way. 7 days, all time, whatever. But you'll see your profits here. What are we at? 7 days? Past 7 days, 13,000 in profit. Not a ton. 30 days, only 3K. All time, though, different story here. There you have it. 20 million, almost 21 million in trade profits here in Pudgy Penguins. I think you could just assume, if you're talking about all NFT collections, and I don't know if it's all, they said 5,000. I don't know if they're talking 5,000 was included in this sample too for calculating these profits losses. But I would assume 20 million in profits is probably not, guys. It's probably not the all-time worst, unless they're doing just this year. And unfortunately, there's not a year to date here. Yeah, unfortunately not. Could you make a case? Check this. Could you make a case that if they were only measuring 2024, I wonder if they did this, guys. I wonder, let me think. Were they measuring just this year and basically it was from the all-time high to here? Could that be it? Let me peek at Azuki again, because I don't remember where they were at beginning of the year. No, because even the beginning of this year, Azuki should be down too if they were using that as a metric. Just assuming, going by floor prices. Azuki at almost 80th at the beginning of this year, so it's down about half. I don't know where they get the 2x on Azuki from, if that's what they were measuring. Anyway, Pudgy's 21, let's just say 21 million in all-time profits. Azuki, you're going to see a much bigger number there. Again, they got to ride the peak of this market. So here's Azuki. Trade profits, 142 mil. Tons of freaking profits there. Good morning, Gravity. Good to see you, man. Tons of profits in Azuki. Absolutely smashes the Pudgy Penguins. But does that mean people got a 2x? I'm not sure. I at this point, I know those numbers aren't... I don't think those numbers are accurate. I don't think they're accurate. 142 mil in Azuki. I am kind of curious, just looking at 30 days. And guys, we're going to peek at Bored Apes. We're going to peek at maybe Punks. Punks is a little trickier. Maybe I'll skip Punks. But I do want to look at some of the other top collections here. But let's look at 30 days just to compare here. Pudgy's 3,500 in profits. Azuki, $500,000 in profits. Again, we got to know the time frame that NFT Evening was measuring here. Azuki beats Pudgy's in profits, yes. But Pudgy's the all-time worst. I don't see it. I do not see it. Bored Ape Yacht Club, throw out any guesses you guys have about their profits. Dude, it'd be great to have profits on a monthly basis here. All this data behind the scenes, right? We have it all. Using the API, this is all stuff you can tap into and calculate pretty damn easily. But here's Bored Apes in the past 30 days here. What is that, a wash sale? This one cost 1 ETH, flipped it for 129 ETH of profit. It's pretty nice. We're looking at Bored Apes in the past 30 days, by the way. And again, you do see losses here as well. You're going to see that. You're seeing both sides here. 10 ETH loss. 50 ETH loss. A lot of losses in the Bored Ape collection, by the way. A lot. Man, major losses in this collection. But all time, I'm going to go out on a limb. And by the way, I've not done this ahead of time. I've not really gone and analyzed this, but I would assume Bored Ape is maybe the most profitable collection all time. I'm just going to assume that. Cosmos, it's a great freaking point, man. These creators need to innovate. And this kind of ties into maybe the Jenkins, what is it? Jenkins the valet. Some people tried, and man, I just don't think you can do it. I just don't think this stuff does what we want it to do, man. What we were sold or told it could do. Man, really ambitious people and projects, but ultimately, man, can you do it? Doesn't look like it, man. No, there's no market for this stuff. There's no product market fit, right? That's the term. There is none. Trade profits in the Bored Ape collection, 370 million in profits. Again, that is not counting wash sales. I'm assuming this is your king right here. They also, kind of like Azuki, they had the benefit of getting to ride that 21-22 red hot market, the peak of NFTs. They got to ride that. You know, when Bored Apes got to, 150, 200 ETH floors? Crazy floors. A lot of profits there. I mean, a ton of profits there. And you see all along the way, man, a lot of losses too. It does not beat the profits that we've had in that collection. I do want to peek again. I do want to peek at Pudgy's again here. Right, I like zooming in and kind of over time seeing when they were not as profitable. Because here's the thing. If you're going by floor price, and this is why we got to see how they're measuring this stuff, are they measuring unrealized losses? Right, you bought, let's pretend this is a floor price chart. You bought up here, or you bought here, or you bought here, or whatever. You bought anywhere up. Let's say you bought the beginning of the year. Are you counting every holder right now who bought earlier this year at almost the 20th floor? Are you counting that as losses because it's an unrealized loss? Are you ultimately measuring, are you just measuring floor price? Their Azuki metric makes me question that. But again, if they didn't know how to use the data, are they using two different metrics? They might be. They really, really might be. But Bored Apes, I'm assuming it's your most profitable collection. But I want to spot check some others too, man. Some of the other big ones. I'm going to skip Punks because, again, that is a tricky-ass collection. Being that they're not ERC 721s, right? They're not NFTs. If you go to the contract, it's an ERC 20. I've also heard that it's not actually an ERC 20. It's just what Etherscan shows. It is a little more in between, but it's not a 721. And I've heard it's not an ERC 20, although it looks like it is to me. So, Mutants. I would assume a ton of profits here too, just assuming. Can't imagine it's touching what Bored Ape saw. 184 mil in profits. Spicy, man. What is this? Art Blocks? Art Blocks is on our, what did we call this? V2. Older method of displaying data. I actually like it. I like V2 a lot. I like the look of it. You could actually sort it too. Can't wait. At some point, there's going to be, I think, like a hybrid of the two. More in-depth data, but a little more sortable, a little more customizable. I think we'll get there. But yeah, we can't really measure profits, losses on those. Although, shit, wish I didn't close it. I think you still can check. I still think it might show. Maybe not. Other deed. I don't know with this one, man. I don't know what to expect here. All time. Interesting. Even other deed is well into the profits. Thing is, I don't know how many collections we're going to see in the negative profit wise. Right? Reason being, if you're taking a big old loss, you're really only doing it here and there for loss harvesting. You're not going to realize those losses more often than not. It certainly happens, but I'm really wondering which collections we'll actually see negative profits in the all-time view. Could it be Moonbirds? No, even those guys. 116 mil in the positive. Dude, I want to find it. I want to find somebody who's negative. Just goes to show you, man, those top collections, man, people have done really well on these things. 66 mil in the Moonbirds. Those short windows of time, guys, when these things are hot, these guys eat, man. These guys, life-changing money is made in these short windows of time. Yeah, I think this one's interesting. Meebits. In the entire life of Meebits, guys, only 1 million in the positive here for trade profits. That's wild to me. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, Meebits have had a pretty rough journey here. Only 1 million in the positive. This, I think, is cool, too. This is another thing that maybe another time, maybe with more data, would be a really cool thing to focus on, but is winners versus trade losers. I love this stuff, man. I love it. I would love to overlay those with each other. Winners, losers, and trade profits. Get those three on a graph together. Man, that'd be sweet. All right, we looked at Meebits. Board Ape Kennel Club, I'm assuming, is well in the positive, too, here. Throw out some collections, guys. Give me some that you think are negative profits. Kennel Club, 28 million in trade profits. Yeah, I want to see if we can find somebody who is negative trade profits. Clone X, well, they cooked too for a while. What would be a good example of something that maybe started hot? Again, keep in mind that if these things tank price-wise, it's probably just people holding them. Right? I don't know if those losses ever will outweigh those gains people made in those short windows there. So hard to say. I know Miladies are up. I think Ferganas are up too. Actually, Ferganas might be interesting. Yeah, I would like to find somebody who's actually down. 3 land. We got a good little sample here. Let's see if any of these are negative. What are we looking at? Clone X. Clone X all time, 10 million in trade profits. Look, I mean, Pudgies blow them away. Pudgies 2 times more profits in the collection than Clone X. Solana. This is Solana D-Gods. Something on the back end with these guys. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to see their profits, losses right now. MFers, assuming these are in the positive too. I do want to find somebody that's negative, though. 34 mil in MFers. Wild. Invisible Friends might be interesting. Although I think they did well, too. 38 mil. Wow. Invisible Friends always shocks me, dude. Always. I don't get that collection. Karafuru, 12 mil. Jeez. Again, you launch at the right time, which they did, right? Peak of the market. Beginning of 2022, man. What is this? Fraganas. 800,000 in profits for traders there. Karafuru. Or, excuse me, Kaiju Kings. On old V2. Goblin Town might be interesting. Won't see that one. 3 landers. Man, they were also in a good market, so yeah, that won't work. Man, who might be negative? There's Pudgies. This is Suzuki. I'm going to keep those for now. Bored Apes. Yeah, let's keep looking. I'm not going to feel done until we find somebody that that is negative here. It's probably got to be somebody more recent. Crypto, don't you dare, Grivier. No, actually, I'm curious. I'm curious. Dude, I don't even know where we rank all time. There we go. Okay. Anyone who doesn't know, I happen to like the crypto bats quite a bit. Interesting. Some of these collections are in between that on the back end, the old V2 and V3. And I wonder if that's why we can't see those profits there. For the hell of it, though, we can probably look at those top sales. We're probably going to see. Yeah, I think that's exactly what's going on. So we can see recent, right? We can look through current activity and see profits, losses on those. Yeah, yikes. I think like you're expecting, you're probably going to see a lot of this. A lot of people bought 2 ETH crypto bats. Yeah, I have a few. Dude, crypto bats would be really interesting. I think you'd see a lot of losses here. I mean, geez, almost, man, yeah, a lot. Dude, a lot. Dude, super interesting. Not surprised, I'm not. You know, I think you're only going to realize those major losses if you just don't think price is coming back, right? So it makes sense why you see more losses. As opposed to those other top dogs, right? Where people still think there's a lot of hopium that when the market bounces back, the guys that are really active right now that are building stuff, people think you'll see a rebound. So why sell and take that loss? Yeah, all these old collections, I think, are in this in-between state. So by the way, when you see that, total sales volume, all that stuff, it's accurate, but it can't pull, I'm assuming what's going on, you can't pull profit loss data from across probably two different kinds of tables stored in different locations. That's what I think is going on there. Although, again, that data is there. If you're using the API, you would be able to pull that still. Still, I've got to find somebody negative here. I'm still looking. Rekt guy, I bet's pretty decent. Although, you know what? Whenever I think something's decent, I usually see the opposite. It's just for whatever reason. This would be wild if we go through and basically everything we find is positive here, right? Again, it won't shock me, I guess, because traders just don't want to realize those losses. Because I think they'd be bad. I think they'd be, man, it might look real ugly. Even duplicators, 3 million profits. Rekt guy, I imagine, is up really, really decently. 1.3 mil. I dig it. Jevils. You guys remember Jevils? Can't remember that artist name, but I like those. Blute. Damn, all these old collections. Can't on the spot grab those profits. Chimper's 3 mil. Dude, a lot of profits here. There's definitely, let's check Codas. There's probably a ton of maybe it's the smaller ones that basically did disappear. Maybe those are the ones we'd really find those major losses in. Yeah, I may not get my wish. We may not find one. We may not find one too deep in the negative or negative at all. Death Thief could be interesting. His stuff was selling for like $1 million on secondary. So art, maybe art, man. Wicked Craniums. Ooh, we'll check the Trump NFTs. Again, you just got to keep in mind, most of a collection sales volume is happening when things are really hot. When it's slowed, I mean, it's just nobody's selling them. So keep saying it, but those unrealized losses, 950 in profits in crypto undeads. Oh, well, that's in 24 hours. Hang on. Yeah, $500,000 in crypto undeads. I think it's pretty telling. I like digging into it. Yeah, these old collections, just that issue there. Wicked Cranium is on V2. Trump trading cards. This I'm curious about. God damn it. I'm curious about that one. I don't know. I guess at the very least we see how Pudgy stacked up, and while they're not top, they're not Bored Ape level. Man, a lot more profits in that than in plenty of other collections. I mean, look at compare them to Rekt guy. It's a tricky comparison. They're not the same. They're not even close to the same. But to say Pudgies are the least profitable collection ever. 20 mil, 21 mil in profits there. Pudgy's looking pretty damn good to me, man. I would, man, NFA, obviously. Don't have to say it, but I would buy a Pudgy right here at 10 ETH. If I had it, I would do it. Okay, what can we hit on here? Oh, shit. Getting some cool news here, guys. There we go. Dookie Dash. Can pre-download Dookie Dash unclogged starting right now. Apple App Store, Google Play Store. Man, $1 billion prize. Come on. $1 million prize. It's just wild, guys. Yuga doesn't own Dookie Dash anymore. It's far away. So this is a collaboration now as opposed to a Yuga Labs native thing, which is wild. Wild how quickly things change here. But there's a cool happening right now-ish. I want to play. I never played last time around. I want to try this time. Definitely want to try. Man, I wanted to get into Jenkins today. Not gonna have time. We touched on this on the afternoon show. We got Joe back today, so probably makes sense to get into today. So we will get into that. And man, I'm gonna save this for tomorrow. Let me think. Tomorrow, let me think here. We got Jared on tomorrow. Usually we're talking art on Thursdays. That said, I really do want to dive into this. CBB always sharing his experience, how he's made so much money. For anybody not aware, guys. For anybody not aware, this is your number one blur farmer. And I think that carried over to Blast as well. I think. Don't quote me on that, but he shares all the time now how he made his money here in the space. Guy's fucking awesome. I love this guy. CB, I got to get him on here. He said no. CB told me no. I get it. I really would love to get this guy on here, talk about his experience. But for now, man, he tweets his experience. This is awesome. He shared how he automated his loans on Blend. And just so you guys know, you're playing against guys like this. You're not playing against the guy who's sitting at his computer and manually loan, offer, buy, bid. It's not how it works, guys. These guys have scripts running. They've probably got their bots set up. They're always getting up. And he used to say this. He had to get up and he would set alarms. He'd wake up all night long every couple hours to adjust his levels, his numbers. Think it's worth it when you're doing billions in volume? It's probably worth it. It's probably worth sacrificing your sleep for a couple years to reach that level. Look at that. Are you trading like that? Actually, I'm looking at my setup. I'm not far off, but I'm not writing scripts and I'm not adjusting anything like that. I don't trade like that. Very few do, but it's why he or they. I think it's a couple brothers here, but that's why they win. That's why those guys win the way they did. So really cool insights. I do want to spend some time, and again, this will be tomorrow or Friday, but talking about these kind of traders, how they trade, why it's so different, how it's so profitable for them. And I'd love, again, to get him on. I don't think he's gonna, but I think it's a hell of a topic, so we'll see if we can work that out here one day. Anyway, shit, I just don't think we'll get in anything else for today, so we'll save some topics. Still think that, I think this is not the last you've seen of this Pudgy Penguin story. 97% loss here. Yeah, I don't know. I wish those guys luck with maybe correcting the numbers, with just even messaging this, because, it's not a great look. Again, I think they're good guys, so I hope they do the right thing and publish maybe some updates. At the very least, publish your methodology and let us dive into it. And maybe if we can help, if CryptoSlam can help get out some correct numbers there, I think we should make that happen. So let's see where this one goes. But let's just say here definitively, Pudgy Penguins, people did not lose 97%. It didn't happen. Pudgy's did well. Pudgy's did really well. In fact, I kind of think Pudgy's, did they do better than I don't know. Azuki did well earlier, so I don't know. Pudgy's ain't your biggest loser. Maybe we settle on that at least. Bitcoin chickens. Let's peek at Bitcoin chickens, and then we're out. Bitcoin chickens minting right now. God, those are hideous. I love it. Chicken's minting now 0.002. Hang on, let me see if I can math here. 0.01 is $600. Are these $100? These are $120. Yeah. Dude, I wouldn't be minting those right now. They might do fine. They probably will. Well, we're back at the part of the market here where I am so okay with missing shit. I want to see you guys win. When I see you winning, I'll get back into it. But man, until I see people winning, I don't think I'm playing. I like the look. I always like this stuff. It's stupid and I like it. But yeah, until I see people winning, like really winning, I'm out, right? I'm not trading. FSIC, I'm keeping an eye on. That's a really good one to watch, guys, as far as how are people valuing that fractal ecosystem? Also, how are people playing secondary? Is anybody willing to buy on secondary right now? FSIC still over floor price, though, so that's a great sign. But yeah, I'm keeping my eyes on all this stuff. Until I see new collections, though, ripping on secondary, like we saw with Egg. Egg was the best indicator. Egg in that Pnux or Punks derivative collection over on base. Those are great indicators. Great. Oh, these are under mint price. Those Punks are under mint price now. These are 0.005. Interesting. Yeah, until I see collections do what they did, Punks or Pnux, and do what Egg did, and of course those other ones, Blank GG, some of these other newer Solana ones. When we see that happen again, and I will miss them, but when we see it happen again, I'm ready to get back in. I'm ready to start minting again. Until that, I'm going to miss it all. And man, oh man, I wish y'all luck. Yeah, bro, me too. Me too. And I don't mind. It's funny, dude. There's so much more to say about this. There's so much more to say about this. I don't even know. I know who the team is now. And I feel a lot better about the team. That was my concern, is I didn't know who the team was exactly. I heard rumors about it, and it's not who I thought. And now that I know the team, I trust it a bit more. I'll just put it that way. I definitely trust it a bit more. Doesn't mean so I'll say this. I know the guys, and I trust those guys, and I like those guys. It doesn't mean I'm bullish on the fractal ecosystem, but I still think there's an opportunity there. But yeah, my concern was that it was a team that it's not that I'm not fond of them. I just didn't like there's stuff I just didn't like. And I learned I was wrong. So there we go. Glad I can kind of correct this now. I hope I can get the guys on the show. We'll see if it makes sense to get them on here at some point. I'm sure they're down. But anyway, yeah, FSIC, turns out it was a cook, a nice 2x over there. When we see another 2x from a new mint, and I don't think the chicken's one, it's a little too cheap. When we see a good cook, though, I'm back in. I'm ready to trade. I cannot wait. For now, though, on the sidelines. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's a show. Put a fork in it. Hope your day is fantastic. Of course, I'll keep you updated on any developments with this story here. And make sure you catch us over on the afternoon show, guys. That is going to be right here on SlamX. So make sure you follow us, SlamXIO, on X. And subscribe over on YouTube. It's SlamX Official. Guys, enjoy your day. We'll see you at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time on the afternoon show. We'll see ya.